Hi. Welcome. Oh, my camera's all wonky because Christina was here. I got to get it readjusted. Welcome. Hi, Christopher. You're gorgeous too. Welcome, everyone. This was not a planned live per se. Like I didn't have it planned for a few weeks out or anything, but Christina and I decided to launch our new online card class. So we thought we would go live to tell you all about it. And then I was like, well, I can't go live without making something. So then after that, I'm going to create some cards. So we're going to announce the new online card class, show the products that are optional for it, and then stick around because I have some really cool cards made. I have 4 prepped, and they're actually like really elaborate looking cards that don't take long. And I'm very excited about that. So can we bring in my guest today? Well, I shouldn't say guest because she's the one who handles all the things.
Hi.
We are no longer in the same room, which stinks, but we can adjust the camera so we're just as tall this way.
Yeah, look, we're about the same height now.
Now, you guys in the comments, please tell us if one of us needs to turn our mic up or down. It's always, we're always unsure until we go live, so let us know in the comments. But here is Christina Werner.
Yep. And you're over
Hi,
here.
Christina. Yep, I'm over here.
You do like a high five or like other side.
Yeah, not smart.
This is why we don't do TikTok videos together.
No, I'm not even on TikTok. I'm so afraid of that whole world.
I do have a follow-up. Remember last week how Kathy wanted us to wear our little overall outfits out into the public? Y'all, we did it. I'm just going to show you the photographic evidence. I'll just switch to my little overhead camera so you can see.
Oh, good.
Out of the way.
Got to get a good view of this.
See, here we are.
On our walk.
We went outside.
I have my slippers on.
In our cute little outfits.
There were some funny pictures from that.
Hold on, let me see if I can find some other one.
Christina, can you pump your volume up? Or do we need to do anything?
I will. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so we went out walking, holding hands like toddlers.
We were skipping, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
There is a hilarious video that we have to put on Instagram stories.
I don't have the video. I think someone else took it. Is my volume level better now? I'm just going to talk better a little bit. You guys let me know. Volume level's better? Okay, good. Okay, let me get back on camera now that I'm not worrying about overall photos.
Well, we have a special announcement because people have been asking us, and I need to make this very clear that Christina really is the one who does all the work in getting a class ready. She designs the products, she gets the website ready, she gets the little video trailer, she does all the things. I'm just here.
You know what it is? I get everything ready so that you can do where you shine. You're a wonderful teacher.
I kind of take over once the class, like for the preparation of the class. So I work with the artists, I get their projects together, make sure like the videos are all what we need to make sure this is a really good class. But it wouldn't be possible with all of Christina's work. So we are announcing today, it's actually open for registration already, our newest class. Do you want to say it?
It's called Brighter Days. Both of us need, well, everyone really needs a little sunshine in their lives, no matter what season of life you're in. Just uplifting, things like that. So when I was designing the products for this kit, for the class, I wanted encouraging, uplifting greetings, something that was just, that could inspire some positivity in our lives and the lives of the people we give these cards to. So that's where it started. And then along the way, I came up with this stamp set called Easier and Brighter. And I'm like, brighter days. That's perfect. It flowed. It worked out well.
And then what she does from there is she'll send me texts of things she's working on, and I'll say, "Oh, we need this," and like. So basically, I give ideas, and she makes all the magic happen. She does all the hard work, as I said earlier. Now, oh, sorry, I got distracted by the comments. We had mentioned a while ago that Gina was going to be designing a class for us. Her daughter's getting married, things are hectic, so that is going to be a little bit later. So Christina, again, designed a product. But we are working with a few other companies to come up with the products we use so that we can get a variety and give Christina a bit of a break. But
well, we want to just, we
mix it up.
Feature tons of different products. So
yeah,
we'll get to it. It just takes a lot of time.
It does. It does. Do you have images? Can you put up the brighter day image, the class image? Because it's just so cute. Hold on, Cammie's still learning here. So
one of the stencils, basically.
We're going to show you the products here soon. So there is our image for class. There is the information on it. Class starts on May 25th, which is Memorial Day. But remember, if you can't start, they're all pre-recorded videos. So if you can't do it that day, you have long time access on the website. So you don't have to worry about that. Is there one with the teachers? All right. So do you want to go through the teachers?
Sure. We have all of our teachers that have been in previous classes are back. So we've got Laura Basson, Kathy Zilski, Giannis Makula, Dana Joy, and JC Gaspar. And then new for this time, she's been a guest artist many, many years ago in some of our older classes, but we're glad to have her back. Dawn Woolslegel, she's going to be joining us as well. And I love, in particular, having different guest artists for these classes because we all have the same 6 products to draw from, but we all do such different things with them. So I love seeing everyone's different style and, like you might get something a little bit more involved and elaborate, or you might get something very clean and simple and very approachable and easy to create, maybe in just 30 minutes. There's a wide
hold on. There we go.
it runs a wide gamut, like the intricacy and the skill level involved in each one of the class lessons. So it's a really good variety. We get, they're all really great teachers. They know what they're doing. And I learned so many tips just over the years. I think my favorite tip that I just can't stop talking about, and I don't know why I hadn't thought about it. I've been heat embossing for like 20 years, but to see Dana Joy doing some heat embossing and her talking us through her thought process so she gets a really good result, something just clicked. So I just love that. I love all the different artists.
And we've had a lot of different teachers over the years, but for our most recent classes, we've used a lot of the same because we fine-tune a nice mix and we all work really well together. I see Dawn is here in the chat. I think Kathy is also.
Yay.
I think Dana is. And it's fun because we get a huge variety of things. So one thing that I really want to say about this class that is very different than other classes is online card classes, you pay to take a class. And it is a very small class fee. What's the class fee?
$29, although there is early bird pricing for 1 week. So you'll get a few dollars off if you register for class through next Wednesday.
Yes. So you can sign up for class, and after you sign up, you can either use products you have on hand, or you can also purchase the class products that the teachers will be using. You do not have to buy the products to take the class. You can take the class, watch it, and use whatever you have on hand, or wait to watch to decide if you want to get it. The products that the teachers are using include stamps, stencils, and dies. You will use your own inks and cardstocks along with it. So if you want both, if you want to take the class and the products, you have to go to online card classes and sign up for the class. And then you have to go to either Simon Says Stamp or Concord and Knight to buy the products. So they are separate purchases. And we do that so that you have the option, if you don't want to invest in more products, to use whatever you have. Class starts on May 25th. However, these are all pre-recorded, so you can join and take them anytime you want.
And you
Christine,
might be
you
wondering, like, if you choose to pull items from your crafty stash, like on your own, you might be wondering, like, how do I know what I'm supposed to use so that it looks like the class cards? Well, we do a little sneaky peek about a week before class starts, just to give you an idea of what the class cards look like, so that if you're pulling from your own supplies, you can start thinking about what you might want to use. Now, you're not going to know exactly how those cards were created or the techniques specifically that are used, but you might get a better idea of how the class kit is being used so that maybe you can adapt your own supplies so that it works. And I still, so this for the last few classes, my favorite thing in the world is logging onto the Facebook group and seeing what people have done with their own supplies.
Yes.
It blows my
Yes,
mind.
I agree.
Because
I agree.
I mean, we're deep into the class, we're focusing on the class kit products, and then you just see how someone has just like blown open the doors of their creativity and they're using other products in a new and exciting way,
Yes.
that almost make it look like what we did with the class kit. It's like a really good lesson in taking inspiration you see online and adapting it to your own crafting. It goes beyond just the class itself. I think it's amazing. I love it.
I agree. I agree. So again, you don't have to buy the products. You can buy, but if you're interested, the products that the teachers are using are available in a big bundle, but the products are also sold separately. So if you want to pick and choose, you can also do that. The bundle does not include the inks and the cardstocks. You use your own inks and cardstocks. The bundle just includes the stencils, dies, stamps that are generally used in class. So we started doing this a couple of years ago, and it's really worked well because everyone has the option to invest in the products if they want to or not. And the techniques that we show in these classes, although all the teachers are using the same products, we've asked the teachers to come up with things that could be used with other products also. So in the video, like at the end, what I'll do is I'll show some other products from my stash that and say, oh, these would all work for what I taught you today. And hopefully that'll help you find things in your stash too to stretch those techniques.
For sure. For sure. And the other thing I love is that we've heard from previous students that maybe they didn't buy the products, they took the class with their own supplies, and then later, months down the road, when they have a bit of extra money to spend, they go and buy the class kit, and then they can redo the class with the class kit. So you get like more bang for your buck and more mileage when it comes to the class itself. So you can go either way. I remember our very first class we did this with, I think it was So Very Merry. And multiple people in the Facebook group, once they saw people using the kit, then they're like, oh, now I need it. And they were excited because they saw how other people had used it as well. And then you get the opposite. You get the people who, you know, like they already had the kit, but then they see everyone else using their stash and they're inspired that way too. It's this really great kind of synergy between the two different ways you can do the class.
And I think it's been inspiring as a teacher to see that Facebook group too. Folks were asking how you join the Facebook group. When you sign up for class, you'll get a link to join the Facebook group. And what's cool is since
you'll get an email with sorry to interrupt. You'll get an email with your order information, and in the order information it will say like, don't forget to sign up for our Facebook group. If for whatever reason that email goes astray and you don't have it and you can't find the link, you can just go to onlinecardclasses.com, sign into your account, and then you can make your way to the Brighter Days class. And there is a welcome post and there's a link to the Facebook group in the welcome post as well.
Now, as for the products that we'll be using, those won't sell out. Like, well, they might sell out, but they will be restocked. So if you see something sell out along the way, don't worry, we restock them. In fact, our older class bundles for older classes are still available. So you don't have to worry about that. As far as the colors of cardstock, in our past classes, we've done like a few cardstock bundles that the teachers would use. Because of the nature of this class and it's being like bright, colorful things like rainbows or whatever, we thought it'd be best if you all use the cardstocks and inks you have. So you can recreate what we do using whatever colors you want and whatever you have on hand. We won't require like a really unique specialty ink to do a technique, so that you can use whatever basic inks that you have. And we really want you to use the colors you have instead of feeling like you have to get exactly what we have. We will tell you in class in the supply list exactly what colors we used, but really just use whatever you want for that.
Yeah, there's lots of stenciling in this class. There's 2 really big stencils. So we really wanted to focus on, just use what inks you have, like adapt to whatever kind of colors you want for your card. So we felt like in the past, the cardstock was really important, but this time I kind of feel like the inks are a little more important. So we just want you to use whatever inks you've already got.
Yep. Yep. And you'll see the teachers use different inks, and it'll be a good opportunity to see how, maybe what colors you might like in the future, but really use what you have. If you have colorful inks, you're set. So we have, no, you don't have to have like a perfect rainbow of colors. A lot of the stuff you'll see, we're going to show you the products here. A lot of the stuff can be used. I mean, even me, like when I do a rainbow, it's not necessarily Roy G. Biv. Sometimes it's all purples to pink to yellow. Like you can change things up many ways, and they're not all rainbows. So in fact, I think only a few of the cards probably in class will be rainbows. Now, I will say the products that we're using are available in 2 places. One is Simon Says Stamp. They've been a longtime supporter of ours, and we wanted you to be able to say you're placing an order for other supplies for something else. You can add these class supplies to it. The other site that it's available at is Concord and Ninth, and the reason it's available at Concord and Ninth is Christina designed these products, and Concord and Ninth sells her products, so it made sense to have it in the 2 places. Yeah, do you want to show some of the products?
Sure. I just saw a couple questions fly by.
Go for it.
In the comments. One was, when you buy the bundle, do you get the class as well? No, you can, if you don't want to do the class, but you like the products, you can buy them separate. So if you want to do both, you want to take the class and buy the products, you're going to have to go to both places, the shop of your choice, and then also to online card classes so you can purchase the class itself. I think someone else.
And all of that information's right at the top of my YouTube description, okay? Right at the top, you'll see a link to the class and a link to where you can buy the bundles.
For sure. Okay, do we want to look at the products? I've got them in hand here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike, can we switch to just Christina overhead? She's teaching, or Mike is teaching Cammie how to do these things. We'll see. Sorry, I'm having allergies.
Well, my nose is running allergies.
It's a tough
We're
time
both
of year.
basically allergic to the world.
Do you have to take the class to subscribe to Facebook? Yeah, if you want to be in the Facebook group, the class Facebook group, you need to sign up for class. It's exclusive. The Facebook group for this class is exclusive to the people who sign up for class.
All right, there are 6 products, but let's take these just a couple at a time. This is the first bundle. This is the Easier and Brighter stamp set and dies. And the idea behind this was I wanted to give you some larger words that you could highlight in the phrase, and then you can build your greeting using all the smaller phrases. So I've got examples on the back here, and just showing how you can build all of the different greetings, like my world is brighter with you, brighter moments ahead, keep looking for brighter skies, wishing you easier days ahead, it will get easier, hard days don't last forever, soon things will feel easier. Things like that. Just, I love all those greetings. We all need to hear that every once in a while.
Yes.
So the dies itself, there's a shadow outer die that will cut out these larger greetings. But then also for the beefier, kind of more bold greetings, you have the actual word itself. So you've got some options on how you can use it. And then these little um, sentiment strip dies are sized for the smaller words over here. So you can cut out a strip, or if it's 2 lines of text, you have a little bit of a wider strip as well. So you've got some options there. This is the easier and brighter bundle. If you buy them together in a bundle, you get both. You can also just buy them separate. I think, except for these dies over here, which, you kind of do need this little scripty stamp over here. But take those out. You can use the dies by themselves. You don't have to have the stamps.
Yep.
So you can go either way. All right. That's easier and brighter bundle. Next up, we have a really fun bundle. This is the Weather Together bundle. Forgive me, I've used this stamp, so it's a little stained. It's a little pre-loved, but we love it. Okay, so on the 6x6 stamp set, isn't that fun? I love that. We've got some fun clouds. I can't wait to stamp these clouds. We have an umbrella. We've got raindrops. Those were additions from our lovely Jennifer here. She's like, we need raindrops.
I need
So
raindrops.
we have some raindrops. We've got polka dots and stripes to decorate our umbrella. That's what I meant it for, but I already have other ideas for what to do with those. Not on an umbrella. We've got some fun greetings. We will weather this together. I've got you covered. Rain or shine, I've got you. Wishing you sunny days, sending sunshine. So we've got some fun greetings. The dies that go with this particular stamp set have a lot of different options. I want to call out something specific. This rectangle right here and also this square, those are to cut out these greetings over here. It was a little too costly to include dies that cut them out really close, like what you would normally see. So we just have this rectangle and a square so that you can do that. You've also got the same clouds. These cloud shapes can cut out these stamps, or you can use them on your own. We introduced a new sun here to layer it. And then you've got the umbrella. You can piece the umbrella together, and then you get like a layered cardstock look. And then there's those raindrops for our Miss Jennifer. She wanted some individual raindrops. I cannot wait to see what you're going to do with them. Like
I have no idea. We'll see.
That is so tedious. All those little raindrops. I can't wait. Okay.
It'd be great for a shaker card. Have a little raindrops in them.
True. That's true. The stencil pack that goes with the stamps and dies is a little bit different. I'm just going to open it just for 1 second so you can see, because one stencil is a little different than the other ones. So for the most part, most of the stencils in this set are going to give you this image here, all the clouds and the sun and everything. But then there's an additional stencil that will give you this. And all of the raindrops are missing in this one section, so that you can either stamp your umbrella from the stamp set right here, or you can use the dies and build an umbrella. But it's so you have that whole image there. So anyway, so this one stencil has like some weird stuff on it, but it's the umbrella, so you can add that on. So that's the stencil set. And then
what you guys are what's kind of hard to tell here is everything is designed to work together and separately so well in creative ways, and we'll show you all that in class also. Yes, absolutely. I have allergies. Sorry if I'm sniffing.
Oh, I'm totally sniffling too. I'm like, we were together last week. I mean, are we sure we all just didn't get each other's colds? Because I kind of had a cold.
Well, then I'll blame you if I do.
Doesn't want to work. I'll worry about that later. Okay, the last product in the class kit is something really interesting, which might not make a whole lot of sense until you see what's happening. But there are 4 stencils in this stencil pack. Now, this is a large 6x9 stencil. You can sort of see here, we've got all these kind of radiating circles coming all the way out. The back of the packaging is where it's at. Look at this. So it's showing you, hold on, I'm like, which way am I going? I feel like I need to go this way. Okay. The stencils are labeled with numbers so that you can figure out where you want all of your colors to be. And then you can, make sure your inks are in the right spot. So
isn't that amazing?
Class, when the teachers use this stencil set, we're going to call out in the instruction PDF what colors they were using and what numbers they used when they used that color. So it's going to be really helpful during class to just have these indicators on the stencil set itself. And I want to
And
show
those
you.
are big stencils, so you can get
Yeah.
2 panels out of it, 2 A2 panels, or you can just take whatever section you want or do a bigger card.
So I think this is, yeah, I think this is this example down here. It's those exact colors.
Yeah,
Look how great those colors match.
I love it.
So this was when I tested the products, when we got the samples from the manufacturing plant. And I was just so pleased. I was so excited that
That's
it worked out so
amazing.
well.
Amazing.
Very easy to use, and the stencils are great. Yeah, so there's like the individual, like the stencil. Hold on, I have to show you. Because you might be thinking like, how am I going to stencil that when the colors are so close to each other? You have one stencil like this if you want to do the entire design all at once. But then the rest of them are like this, where you have isolated sections.
Yep.
And what I mean by having them numbered, let me see if I can get it to show here. Is that going to show? Where is it? I can't tell. Oh,
There
right
it
there.
is.
You can kind of
There's a
see it
little
in the
number.
highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little number 6. So
Yep.
they're numbered so that you can easily do all of your ink blending. So that is the kit. I thought I'd just show you a couple other examples. These were just ones that I kind of mocked up to make sure the products were working well together. But here's this one. This uses the dies and the stamp set from Weather Together.
And that's a quick card.
Oh,
That's
so
the best part about it. Ah,
for
I
sure.
love it.
And then I used the whole clouds with the sun. Doesn't that just look like a fun, like summer evening? Like I want to see that. And then this one is so cute. I had to make this card. It's what I immediately thought of with that raindrop stencil. Here we go. So
I want to make that umbrella go up and down.
Ooh, that's cute. You're gonna have to show me how to do that.
I don't know. It's just what
I
I
love
see.
Teeny in the comments. She's like umbrella, Ella, Oa, the song. That's just funny. But yes, you can definitely build an umbrella even with like a little gold handle on it. I thought it was so cute. Anyway, so that is just a little peek into all of the products. I think they're pretty great even without the class. But I'm excited to do the class so we can get even more inspiration.
I agree. I think it's going to be really fun to do. Mike, can you switch us back to side by side? Let's see if Cammie can get. Cammie nailed it.
All right, good
nailed
job,
it.
Cammie.
Yeah, I see there are a lot of questions going by. We're trying to catch as many as we can. Some folks asked how many days class is.
Currently, we have 5 days scheduled, but we know ourselves. We'll get into this. We'll probably add a bonus day in. I'm not going to commit to that, but we usually do. So it might be anywhere from 5 to 7 days.
And we also had talked about having some bonus cards from a couple of our favorite crafters who don't do videos, like Betsy and Sika. So we always commit to more, or we always do more than we commit to. Yeah, we'll go through all of the different ways you can cut up that rainbow background. There's just many ways that you can use it, and that will all get covered in class. But remember, we're going to also show things that can be done with any stencils at all. So, yeah, I think does that cover it? So again, how many cards do we make?
Go ahead and talk. I'll scroll through and look for questions.
How many cards do we make? It usually is, well, see, here's the thing.
At minimum 14, that's what we just say is the minimum 14. But generally, it's more, I'd say more around the 20 mark. But
yeah,
it really just depends on, like, if a particular technique really needs to be shown multiple ways, like we might show even more cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And then sometimes people go overboard.
I wonder who does that.
How long will each class be? They vary.
Excited. I love it.
Usually it's like between 15 minutes and 45 minutes for a class. So what we recommend is you watch the class, then you can prep any pieces you want and then go along and create with it. And you just hit pause as needed. And there are a lot of great classes now that are live events. We just like to offer something different, something something else. And the pre-recorded,
Sure.
I think, is really fun. When will the class kits start to be mailed?
I think C9's mailing them as the orders come in. So
I think same with Simon.
yeah, we specifically picked this particular time to announce the class because it is in between Concord and Ninth's release days. Like their usual release is on the 9th of every month. So we wanted to hit a lesser busy time. Yeah.
But remember, you can always just take the class. Right now it's only $26 and decide after seeing all the projects if you want to invest in the products or if you want to try to use what you have on hand. So there's a lot of flexibility to this. We really like to separate the cost of the class from the bundle so that you can choose what you want to do. And even instead of buying all the products for class, you could just pick and choose the ones you would like. So it's really, we just wanted to make this something that is approachable for anyone, no matter their circumstance. So
I had a quick question from Tina. She said, question for Christina, how long does it take from your original idea to getting the product made and on the shelf? This one was a little bit faster. Like we said, Gina needed to pivot and work on her daughter's wedding. So this one was a little faster. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to do it. I'm so glad and thankful that we were able to pull it off. This was probably about a 45-day to 60-day turnaround. Normally it's more like 90 days. So, or even more than that. Like I'm going to be designing my August release soon, and that's how many months away. So yeah, that's how far out we work.
As far as the new products, there's no offer on the new products because companies generally don't do offers on new products because that's how they stay in business, right? But there is a discount on the class through May
6th. Wednesday,
6th, and you don't need a code.
Nope,
It
it's just already
automatically
marked
marks
down to
down.
$26. Yeah.
All right.
Lovely. Okay, well, Jennifer has fun Pinkfresh ideas for today's live stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I've got some cards to create.
Peace out and let Jennifer take over the whole show because it is.
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna have to do a blog post about the class over at my blog. They're probably most of the people who watch me are probably here too, so maybe they already know.
I put up a blog post already too, so just go copy and paste what I wrote.
Yeah.
No, we're
they're
not.
perfect.
Somebody asked if we're the only teachers. Absolutely not. We would never do a class with just the two of us because there's a lot of other great talent out there. So we talked about who the teachers were a little bit. Just rewind a little bit and you'll be able to find it.
Yeah, and Darlene's asking about, no. Was it Darlene? Who was it? Someone was just asking about cardstock and ink. Oh no, it was Creating with Karen. Is there any other supplies like cardstock and inks? We touched on this a little bit just a few minutes ago, but we're not giving you specific inks or cardstocks off the bat here. We're going to wait till class starts and then you'll see what colors the teachers use. They're not set on one color palette at all. Every teacher is going to be doing something a little bit different. So we really encourage you to watch the class lessons and then, whatever you're inspired to create with color-wise, you can pull that from your own stash. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. All right. I love you, Christina.
Oh, one more question.
Yeah, go for it.
Can we buy other items in the same cart at Simon Says Stamp or Concord?
Yep.
Yes,
absolutely.
They will just all ship together. Yep. You can do some shopping and stuff. All right.
For sure.
I can't wait to see what you create with Pinkfresh. I'm
Thank
excited.
you. I love you.
Love you, honey. We'll see you later.
I'll bug you later. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Do you know how to mic? Okay. It's just me. I don't need the headphones anymore. Sweet. No, all of the teachers in the class will be using that bundle. So it just gives you lots of ideas for that bundle. If you are looking for information on that OCC class, all you have to, What noise do people hear? Tell me what anybody hears. I see Avril said that there's a noise. Let me know if you hear a noise. I had a mint earlier I was chewing on for my throat. So tell me if that's what it was. Anyway, all of the information on that OCC class, online card classes class, and the products that are available to go with it, it's at the top of my YouTube description below. Okay, so you can definitely find that down there. Now I'm going to do some creating. We are going to create with Pinkfresh. Pinkfresh had a new release a couple weeks ago. There's a buzzing sound. Is there still a buzzing sound?
Everybody's saying no noise here.
Some people are saying yes, it sounds like
says there's a hum.
Okay, if you hear a buzzing sound, try refreshing your page. YouTube's been having sound issues, and Mike will check in on it. It's a buzzing. Is someone's laptop plugged in again? Go ahead and refresh the page and let me know if that works. Okay. Today, I had a card in my mind that I really desperately wanted to do. So I thought I would share that today. A high peep like a refrigerator. Mike's trying some things. A low grade buzzing. I don't know. It's a gremlin. Mike's going to try some things. So I had an idea when I couldn't sleep for a fun kind of fold card, and I am going to show you multiple examples for it. Mike's playing with the equipment here. Okay, it sounds like no buzzing for me. It sounds like it's better. Okay, good. Okay, now it just arrived and there's a buzz. Try refreshing your page. It's a feedback whine. Why would there be feedback? Did it start when Christina left? Try refreshing your page and see if that helps. Okay, I'm going to show you. So when I told Kinnery at Pinkfresh that I was going live with some of her products, she did. Mike, are you ready to share some images, Cammie? Oh, hold on. He's working on the sound, and then he'll come back. No buzzing. Okay, no buzzing. Getting louder. Oh my gosh. Everybody says something different. If you hear a buzz, refresh your page and see if that helps. Okay, so if you're interested, if you're just popping in, you're interested in the class information, it's in the YouTube description below, or you can rewind and hear more of it. Now, I wanted to do some fun pop-up kind of fun fold thing cards. I have 4 cards planned. They're all the same format, but using some different products, and they actually don't take very long to do. I have turned off all of the things. All of the things are turned off. Okay. Most people don't hear it, so I think we're good. All right. What?
Try switching.
Switching mics for me? Okay, Mike's going to try switching mics and see if that helps. Can you turn that one off? I'm going to try different mics. Okay. Mike, can we share some images here?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Hold on. We're trying here. Okay.
Scroll down.
Okay.
You didn't have many images.
Yeah, I did. I texted you a bunch.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you got them?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you. I don't know what's happening here. Sorry, we get flustered trying to figure out the sound thing. Okay, I changed mics. Hopefully that helps. If you, so what Pinkfresh is offering today, can you show the 25% off?
Yeah.
All right, so right now, today for, let me see, I'm too old to read that little print. Today through the 3rd of May, you can get 25% off all in-stock ink pads, reinkers, and storage. They've got that great reinker storage box. You can see it on the top right there. All of that is 25% off. Oh, good. Mike's a rock star. It's gone, Mike. Well done. He's a hero. So 25% off. Now I do know, I'm very well aware that some of the inks and reinkers are out of stock. They will be restocked in a few weeks, but right now you get 25% off the ones that are in stock. So that information is in the top of the YouTube description below. You have to use my code to get the savings, and you have to use it. You have to use it when you check out in order to get it. All right. There is another one. There are a couple other Pinkfresh images.
Yeah,
Hold on. Yes, Pinkfresh will be restocking reinkers. They just won't be here for a few weeks. So this is just for, the 25% off is just for what they have in stock. All right, now here's another offer they have right now. If you buy the Grant Yourself Grace stamp set, if you buy the stamp set, you get the die and the stencil for free, which is very, very, very generous, okay? So if you buy the Grant Yourself Grace stamp set, you get the die and stencils free. Now, I'm not using that today, but you can check out the link below. And this is one where when you add the stamp set to your cart, there'll be a pop-up. And in that pop-up, you click to add the stencils and die for free. Okay, that information's in the top of the YouTube description below. Very, very generous. It's a great set. I'm not using that set today, but it is absolutely beautiful. There's an example there. Then one more thing, they do have a clearance sale, and it is 75% off lots of different products. Just know that that is also available right now. All right, so those are the fun things going on over at Pinkfresh. Now, I'm going to be playing with some of their new products, and I will be using one of my favorite type of products from Pinkfresh. Now, if you've watched my lives recently, you know that I love when they do a product bundle where you stencil a bunch and then you use a die to cut it out and there's no white trim. I've done a lot of lives on those kind of things. That's one of my favorite type of products from Pinkfresh. In fact, a couple of my previous lives feature those. Today, I'm featuring another type of product that I love from Pinkfresh, and that is their washi tape. It's not your normal washi tape. It's not your normal washi tape. Okay, I'm just reading the comments. It's not your normal washi tape. This is completely different. It is something that I think is really neat and allows you to create really cool projects very quickly. However, all of the cards I do today can be done with whatever products you have. You don't have to use this washi tape thing. Yeah, it's not your mama's washi tape. You're right, Scrappy Cat. All right. Oh, is Jody here? I hope Jody's here. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to make a card and show you a few iterations of that, okay? I feel like sometimes it's really cool to come up with a card design, like a unique card design, and then use it with multiple products. So the design will be similar, but I use different products to get different looks, and it makes them each still special. So what we'll do here is switch to my overhead camera. I gotta put my clip in my hair because that's what happens when old ladies get crafting like me. Not Your Mama's washi tape. Yeah, Christopher has Not Your Mama's cardstock, which is the super heavyweight cardstock that is unbelievable. Now we have Not Your Mama's washi tape. Okay, so if you know anything about Pinkfresh, they do a lot of collections where you can buy the products separately and pick and choose what you want. Oftentimes there's like a stamp set or a press plate and a die set and a stencil, and they all work together. Well, these today that I'm featuring, there are 4 that I'm featuring today, are stamp sets, die sets, stencil sets, and washi tape. Okay, so let me just show you what this is. So this one is called the Whispering Daffodils. I'm going to use this on my first card. Here's the stamp set. You get these beautiful daffodil images with lots of sentiments. I'll be using some of the sentiments today. This is a nice big 6x8 stamp set. Now you can stamp those and then use the coordinating stencils to color them. So you can see how you can easily color them in. Now you could watercolor them or color them by hand, but you have the option of stencils if you want those, right? Everybody likes a little something different. Note that these 4 images are one big stamp. These 4 images are one big stamp, so that you can stamp them, stencil them all at once, and then die cut them all at once. All right? So, oh, there's another stencil. There's a bunch of, there's 7 stencils in that pack. Then there is the coordinating die set. And as you can see, this is one stamp. These 4 images are one stamp. Here is the die that cuts out those 4 images at once. So it's a big time saver, okay? Okay, so here is a look at what those images kind of look like, all right? Lots of different daffodil type images. So this is Whispering Daffodils. I'm gonna start that, I'm gonna use that first, okay? Here is the washi tape for it. Now this is a roll of washi tape, and you can see the images on this. It's got gold outline and it's got soft coloring. It looks like watercolor. These line up with the stamp sets. So if you don't want to stamp, what you can do is put this onto cardstock. I'll demo it in a moment. Put this onto cardstock and then cut them out. Okay, actually, you know what? I'll just go ahead and demo right now. So this is the washi tape. I'm gonna put 2 on here. So let's put 1 on here. And let me cut this off. Now, the 4 that I'm showing you today are new ones. I did put a link in the YouTube description to all of the different washi tape collections they have, where there's these big rolls of washi and you have the optional products to go with it. So I have 2 here. Just so you know, see how this is 1 and this is a repeat? There are 43 to 44 repeats in here. So you have a lot, okay? So I'm gonna take this off here and let's do some die cutting. So I'm gonna put this down. I'll take this die and line it up with those images. Now, if you have used these stamps and dies, these long kind of stamps and dies in the past, you might know, I got the hiccups. You might know that some of the big stamps were hard to fit in your MISTI. They now break it up. So this is one stamp and this is one stamp. So you don't have to worry about a giant image. All right, so now look at this. That cuts out these images here. Look at that. Let me pop the little bits from the inside out. Look at that. Now remember, that die also cuts out the stamped images, and you can color those stamped images with the coordinating dies. But look how quick that was to create. See that gold outline? Isn't that cool? They have lots of these. So the first pass did those. Let's get the other die out. Reuse this tape. And then the second one, I use this die. And again, these dies line up with the stamp set too. So if you prefer to stamp and color your own, you can. There's just something really nice about these because they look truly watercolored. The washi doesn't peel up on me. They really truly look watercolored with a nice gold outline, very thin foiled gold outline. That gives really nice results. So I can quickly make a bunch of cards or use multiple images on a card without taking time. All right, so here you can see, here are some more. Let me pop out the little bits. I'm a bit popper. Hold on, there we go. So there we go. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And I could never color that nicely, so it's really nice to have these options. All right, so all of these come from the roll, one pass of the roll of washi. So here's the other pass. I can die cut the same things again. It is truly watercolor. I know Dawn designed some of these. Dawn is here. She's one of the OCC teachers. I know Dawn designed some of these. I'm not sure which she designed. Where did it go? Where did it go? Nothing, I'm just losing things. Let me see. Dawn, did you do this one? No, but you did do, oh, I see some that you did. So I will talk about those when I get to it. Okay, so they are, she said they are truly watercolored. So somebody who is more talented than me did that coloring and I just get to benefit from it, okay? I'm gonna be using these on a card in a little bit. All right, let me just set these aside. So that is Whispering Daffodils. That's my favorite of the bunch and I will be using it very soon. Let me just put this stuff away because you know it'll become a mess. All right.
Somebody asked me about glue. How long will it stay without cooling off?
If what?
Does it stick for a long time?
Yes.
Do you use glue at all?
I don't use glue. It sticks fine because when you run it through the die cut machine, it just squishes it.
How do they look on vellum?
They look good on vellum. I mean, you can see how sheer it is. So if you put them on vellum, that just adds a little bit more sheer to it. I just usually put it on white. All right, so the next one is Garden Grace. I had cardstock out. Oh, I used it. Hold on. This is Garden Grace. It's another 6x8 stamp set. You can see this is one big stamp and this is one big stamp. And then there are some sentiments in it. There are coordinating dies. You can also color in those stamped images with the coordinating stencils. These are all sold separately. But if you'd rather not use the stamps and stencils, you can use the washi tape. I gotta find it. I put the label on the inside. Is this Garden Grace, did I say? Yes. Okay, so here is the washi tape. All right, let me put a pass down so you can see it. And again, there's like 43 to 44 passes in there. So there you can see that foil, gold foil outline detail, and it looks very watercolored, okay? And that, I believe this one is one that, this is one Dawn from W+9. She had a company called W+9. Dawn designed. So she designed this and did that watercolor, and she's here. She's one of the teachers in the OCC class. A dear human, okay? So there, again, there are the dies that you can use to cut them out. This die cuts out these, the other die cuts out these. And I have those die cut pieces here because we die cut some off screen. And by we, I mean Cammie helped me do all this. Thank you, Cammie. All right, so all of these pieces here are from that. Look at all those pieces. So you can arrange them in different ways. You can make like a wreath. I'll be showing something with this also. Lots of different ways, but you can see they're all very, very detailed. And they look like you watercolored them. They look amazing. Yeah, Dawn is one of my favorite people. And she's just a little talented. If you've never watched Dawn's videos on her YouTube, I highly recommend. She's so, so talented. Okay, so that was the Garden Grace. And I will be using some of those things here in a moment. Then the next is Celebrate Bloom. Celebrate Bloom is another 6x8 stamp set. This is one stamp. This is one stamp. Lots of sentiments in there. And then, hold on, let me show you. There are the coordinating stencils to color in the stamped images. There's 7 stencils that color those in. And the coordinating dies to cut them out. Also the dies to cut out the sentiments in the set. Here's a little look at some of the stuff here. Kinnery, the owner of Pinkfresh. I guess she designed this one. That's what it says on the back. Now let me show you the washi for this Celebrate and Bloom. Let me show you it. There's what you get. So again, this repeats. This pattern repeats on the roll 43 to 44 times. You can see the thin gold outline with the watercolor look. Isn't that pretty? And let me show you all the images. Zoink, zoink, zoink. These look really nice at the top and the bottom of a card panel. And there's that, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. So all of these pieces are created very quickly. Okay, that is Celebrate and Bloom. Yeah, W+9 is from Dawn's last name, which is a W plus 9 other letters, because people always had a hard time with her name. Okay, so that is Celebrate and Bloom. And then the last one is Blooming Daydream. Here is the 6x8 stamp set. This is one stamp, this is one stamp, and then lots of sentiments. There are dies to cut those out. And then there are coordinating stencils to color those in. And there are six stencils in this set. So you can do all the detail coloring yourself. You could watercolor whatever you want. But if you want something fast, you can use the washi. Okay, so here's a look at some of the kind of images. This is the Blooming Daydream. And let me show you the washi, because remember, the dies work with the washi, but also work with the stamp set. Here is the Blooming Daydream washi tape. All right. There you go. Look at that. Look at the detail in that. Now, these are the new versions of their like washi collections. I do have a link in my supply list below in the YouTube description that says all Pinkfresh washi collections, so you can see some of their older ones too. These just happen to be the newer ones, and I'm going to feature those today because I love them so much. It just makes it easy. Brianne just put a link in the chat for Dawn's YouTube channel, if you want to check that out, because she is unbelievably talented. So here are the pieces that you get out of that last collection. Look at that, that's so pretty. And I like that the washi has like a muted look, so it doesn't look shiny like a sticker. It looks more like it's done directly on cardstock. Okay, all right, so let's make a card and then some more cards. All right, let me think. Let's start, I want to start with the daffodil. This is the Whispering Daffodils. I'm gonna stick this onto white cardstock. You can do other colors of cardstock, but I feel like if you put it onto white, you're getting a look that looks like you took all the time to color it, okay? But you're not, because for what I'm making, I wanted multiples and I didn't want to take time to color them all. Hey Ken, how's Lila? How's Lila?
She's good.
Okay. Are you guys doing?
Yes.
Are you doing the escape room tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We're gonna head downtown at about 6:30.
Oh, it's downtown.
Couldn't get the walk there.
Okay, cool. All right, so I put the coordinating die onto half of the washi, and I'll run that through. No, the discount code does not apply to what I'm using here. The discount code is for the inks, Reinkers, and ink storage, Reinker storage. It's just a generous offer that she had, but this washi is brand new, and as I mentioned before, companies generally don't discount new products because that's how they stay in business. They gotta make some money doing this. Okay, so you can see how perfect that. Cut that out. I'm popping the bits out. I like to get those out. Okay, there's that. Then this one, I love that Pinkfresh dies cut out those center little bits so you don't have big blobs of white. Okay, so that's one die. Now the other die cuts this out. So look at how fast, with that washi, I was able to create, with that washi roll and the dies, I was able to create these images to use on cards. Now let me show you this. So this is an A2 panel, and you can see this fits nicely on it, or you can do something with the smaller pieces. Let's show you the rest of them. I mean, these are all good size. So it's really more pieces than you would use normally on one card. But I'm going to show you something that uses multiple images today. All right, so see how fast I was able to create those, and it just looks really good with that foiled outline, thin foiled outline. See? It's very thin foiling. Better than, more shine than heat embossing. Yeah, you don't need, air bubbles are very easy to avoid. Trust me. You saw how quick I put all those down. Okay, so I, off screen, created lots of these different, I just created a bunch of them. So I have a lot. See all those? I have lots of them because I like them all. And you can see none of it is peeling up. Okay. Let me show you the card I have in mind. Well, I'm not going to show you the card. We're going to make the card because I don't, anyway, just bear with me. Okay, hold on. Where is my container? Whoa. Oh, it's under here. Okay. Okay. So I'm using the Whispering Daffodils, and I'm going to do a fun kind of pop-up fold card. And this is something that you can do with a lot of different products you have on hand. To create this pop-up base card, you need a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 inch cardstock. Mine is just white cardstock. You could do colored if you prefer. 8.5 by 5.5, which is a half sheet of cardstock. Okay, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to do 2 score lines to start. All right, so 2 1/8 is the first one. 2 1/8 is easy to find because it's just one groove to the right of 2. 2 1/8, and then 3 inches. Okay, 3 inches. Then I'll rotate my cardstock and do 2 1/8 and 3 inches. So I did the same score lines from both edges of cardstock. All right, so now I'm going to fold along these, and I'm going to show you what I get. I get this like kind of pop-up thing, which some people call bridge cards. There's a bunch of different names, but it's this. Okay? Now, okay, Pinkfresh is restocking their Reinkers. I promise. They plan to restock them. They just they're waiting for it to come. In a few weeks, they will have more Reinkers available. But the deal right now, 25% off, is whatever they have on stock on ink pads, ink cubes, Reinkers, and Reinker storage. Okay? So here is the card. Now notice this card is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 inches wide when it's flattened, right? It'll stand up nicely. Now, I'm going to show you that you can actually put the card in the envelope this way, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5, and then open the card and that center pops up and you can put it on display. But we're going to zhuzh this up because, you know, we're zhuzhers. Right, Cami?
Yes.
Okay, we are. Cami knows I don't do anything halfway, and she knew that just by being my friend, but now that she's here all the time, she knows I have issues. All right, so this is the base, okay? I did a score line at 2 1/8, 3 inches, rotated 2 1/8, 3 inches, and we have this, okay? Now, I want to zhuzh this up. I thought it would be fun to put some texture on this panel and this panel. All right, so I have a older background die. This is just a cover plate. It's called the Stitched Basket Weave from Pinkfresh. Really, you can do stamping here. You can do anything you want. Embossing folder, anything. You'll see anything would work here. But I like this little basket weave, and I use it on all my cards because I feel like it's like a universal kind of style. So I have a piece of white cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'm going to put this right at the center. The thing I like about a lot of the Pinkfresh cover plates like this is it doesn't cut an outside edge. So if you wanted to use it directly on the front of a note card, which you'll see me do in a moment, I will you'll be able to use those because it doesn't cut that outside edge, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. But there we go. Basket weave pattern onto my cardstock. This is just a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel, okay? So I want to add this texture to these panels. So let me get my trimmer out. I'm gonna cut from one edge, I'm gonna cut a strip that is 2 inches, okay? And keep that other half. And this I'm gonna put right along this panel over here. Now, here's the thing. I normally use liquid glue, but it takes some time to dry because the back of this has texture. When you use a die that does piercing, it's gonna have texture on the back of it. So I don't wanna wait for that to dry. So instead of using liquid adhesive here, I'm using double-sided tape. But normally, like on the cards I made in advance, which you'll see in a moment, I use liquid adhesive. But in the live, I don't want to put something heavy on it and wait for it to dry. So I'm just using double-sided tape. So I put double-sided tape on this little flap. This little flap is 2 1/8 of an inch wide. My little panel I'm adding is a little bit short of that, but I'm going to line it up on the edge. So this little 2 inch wide piece, I think I had it this way. There we go. This little 2 inch wide piece goes right along the edge. And I'll hold this up. See it right there? So that flap has that texture to it, and I'll do the same thing on the other side using the other half. So here's our other half. I'm going to cut this to 2 inches. The reason I'm doing 2 inches is, see how that's just a little bit short of the fold line there? But I think that's fine. It won't hinder that little hinge there. Nobody's going to really see that. I feel it's easier to do. All right. Are there any questions that I'm missing? Not about class, but about this stuff.
Not that
Okay. If you see a class, yeah, I like this cover plate too. It's one that just can be used for a lot of different things. If you have a question, put with capital question at the beginning. You don't have to put the whole question in capital. It's just the word question. And that way we'll see it better. Yeah, I like the texture too, Mary. You could stamp on these little panels that you add here. Again, the little panels that I'm adding are 2 inches by 5 1/2 inches. But you could cut them smaller if you wanted a little trim showing. You can decorate this however you please. But let me just show you. I'm going to take the other bit of this and put it right into the corner here. Line up the edges. So now, see those little flaps on the side have that texture to it. The center is just flat. See? Okay. Now, let's see. What do I want to do next? Let's add, I don't know if I want to do any inking. I don't think I want to ink. You could do some soft inking around the edges, but I don't think I want to do that. Hold on. I'm missing something here. Hold on. Okay. So I'm not sure. I could do some soft inking on the edges, but there's something really nice about this just being white so these soft daffodils can shine. But you could do a little soft inking, blue inking. I think I started to on one to see what it would look like. Here it is. See how I did a little bit of inking up there? I could do that. Maybe I will. Just along the top edge. All right.
Yeah.
Can we do a poll, Mike?
Yeah. Give me a second to get in.
What?
Give me a second to
Okay. I'm going to do a poll in a second if I should do some inking. But in the meantime, I have a top folding white note card that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I have a lot of these pre-made, but I'm going to cut mine to be only 3 inches wide. So the final result is 3 inches by 5 1/2 top folding. Okay. And on the front of this, I'm going to add that same texture. This is going to go right here like that. Okay. So I want to add that same basket weave texture. So I'm opening up my card, centering it onto the basket weave pattern. Hold please. Then I'll flip it over and run that through my die cut machine. So this will give that basket weave texture onto the front of this little thin note card. Okay, so I'm going to do a poll. On the inside flaps here, should I do some soft blue inking on the edges like I did here? See the soft blue inking? Or should I leave it white? There's a softness to the white that I think is really nice, but we could add some inking too. The overall card size, when it closes, will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. Okay, but when it's open, it's wider. But when it closes, it'll be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So that, I put the basket weave on the front of this note card, and this will get glued right there to the center. So everything on the inside is basket weave texture, okay? All right, did you do a poll or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, soft blue ink on the edges. We're gonna let you guys vote. I can see where it's going, so I'm gonna just, soft blue, soft blue. We'll do a little, we're gonna do it really, 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 really soft. Because not everybody wants it. So if I go soft, it makes everybody happy. It's like between inking and not inking at all. All right. Okay. All right, we're gonna do the inking. So I'm just gonna do a bit of inking on the top corners here. I think I'm just gonna do the top. No, maybe I'll do the top and bottom, just like a little halo of color here. So I will use sky blue ink. This is a Pinkfresh color. Again, you get 25% off any of their in-stock ink pads, reinkers, and reinker storage. With my code, it's in the description below. Okay, so I'm gonna do a soft amount of, I chose blue sky because it kind of matches the blue that's in this daffodil. So I'll just do a little bit of soft blue. I'll do some like kind of in the corners of this. I'm using my magic brush from Pinkfresh, which is their 1-inch blending brush. It's great for this kind of soft inking. See that? And the advantage of doing the inking after you do the cover plate is see how the inking makes the cover plate pattern stand out more. All trinkets out of stock. Oh, all reinkers? A lot of the reinkers are probably out of stock. But again, they have more coming. They're waiting for them to come into stock. We're at the mercy of the manufacturers, not these small businesses always. So whatever inks are in stock and whatever reinkers are in stock are discounted 25% off. But yes, they have more reinkers coming in, so don't worry if you're waiting on some. There we go. So now you see how that looks. See that? A little bit of blue. Isn't that pretty? And then I think the note card that's going to go in the middle, I think I'll just leave that pure white. I could have done a little blue matte on the front of it, around it, but I don't know. Maybe I will. I'm going to redo that. I always change my mind. Okay, so I'm going to create a new top folding note card that is 3 inches wide by 5 1/2. I'm replacing this one where I did the texture. And I'm going to do that same soft inking on the front edge of this because it's going to just be like a little matte. So I don't care how well this blends. I just want, because only a little bit will be showing around the edges. Yeah, the blue and white is nice contrast. So maybe I'll do this on all of them. I don't know, we'll look at it when it's done and you'll decide what we do on the rest. So let me just get some ink on here. So one of the reasons I always talk about these being the magic brushes is you don't get the harsh lines And you can do this soft type of inking. I find it's really hard to get a soft inking with a big brush, but with this kind of brush, you can get that soft, light amount of color. All right, so there I just did quick inking on the edges. I'm gonna take this front and I'm gonna cut this to be slightly smaller than 3 by 5 1/4. So let's see, give me a minute. I'll just trim this down to be slightly smaller than 3 by 5 1/4.
Somebody asked for the score line measurement.
So I started, for the score line measurements, for the card base, I started with a piece of cardstock that was 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And I scored at 2 1/8 of an inch and 3 inches from both ends. You can rewind back and catch that again if you need to. So see how I have a little blue, light blue mat? There, see, I like that. It makes that pop. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind, but for now, we're going with that. I changed my mind too much. All right, so liquid adhesive here in the center. Now I'm using more, oh, see, I shouldn't have done liquid adhesive. I said not to do that because it takes too long to dry. But that's okay. I'll put my magnets on it and let that dry. All right, there we go. All right, so I wanted to have a daffodil, the big daffodil, on this side, and this corner, and on this corner. Kind of peeking in like that. Okay, so I'll put some adhesive on the back of this. Again, because I don't want to wait for things to dry, I'll do some tape runner, and then I'm going to also do some glue, liquid glue. All right, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to have it so that it's like kind of down in the corner like that. Like that. All right, and I'll put something heavy on that. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I just ran out of glue. All right, I had to pop my little bits out here. Okay, put liquid adhesive on the back of this too. I want it to really stay. And I'll put this one right there. Okay, so I just kind of have them towards the bottom corner of those. All right. Then I can take this, flip it over, and trim off the excess. Yeah, the blue shading does add a nice touch. I would say, I will tell you, the white does look really cool in real life. I feel like a lot of times white on white things get lost in the videos and photos, but in real life looks stunning. It just adds to a softness, but I think this looks great too. Now you could keep these extra little pieces and like have some coming from the top too, but I really think I just want them on the bottom, okay? So this is what the card will look like standing up. It's got those daffodils coming off the side. All right, now this is the card that'll get glued right here in the center, but I need to add zhuzh to this. So I want this daffodil to go from like, so it looks like the stems are coming from the bottom and it reaches all the way to the top, but this is too small. I want to extend it, so I'm going to cheat. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it in half, and I will glue this part to the bottom and this part to the top, and I'll put something in the center to cover up the seam. All right, so I am using the blah, 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 blah. What's it called? Circle. Did I add it to the supply list? Yes. The blanket stitched circle dies. This is an older set from Pinkfresh. It has these two dies in it. That cuts a middle circle and then blanket stitches on either side. Okay, so what I did off screen is I cut a solid circle. That's big. I'm not using this big one. These two come in the set, but I'm only using the small one. I cut a solid circle, and then I cut a solid circle from gold. And I'm going to lay that blanket stitch circle right into it, right at the center, okay? And I'll run that through my die cut machine. This is going to give us a really cool gold and white layered look. Yeah, I use all kinds of technical terms. Yeah, lots of people I hear are at Create. I'm sorry, I was planning on going, but due to some appointments that Lila has, I can't go now. I was only going to be going for one night because I'm going on vacation on Saturday, which I booked before Create was announced. But I have some appointments with Lila on Friday morning, so I can't go. I'm so sorry. Okay, so see how I got this little gold blanket stitch trim? All right, then I'll do just a solid white, or no. I'll cut this same die from white, which gives you that blanket stitch again on the inside edge, and I'll glue that in the center. So you get this. You could just stack circle die cuts, right? But these have that fun blanket stitch. Isn't that fun? You could definitely just do circle dies. So you can see with this card design, you could do any stamped images kind of peeking in there. All right, so on this, I'm going to put a stamped and die cut sentiment. This one says always in your corner. This is from, I think it's from the Daffodil set. No, it's not. I lied. The always in your corner is from the Garden Grace set. Okay. So see how that fits nicely there? I could have stamped it directly on there, but I think it looks nice like this. Now look at this. If I put this down here and this up here, I can cover the center with this and it'll look continuous. So I will start by adding this right at the bottom like that. Oh, it's at an angle. I shouldn't do it at an angle. Like that. Yep, that's good. Then I'll put this one at the top. So this is going to look taller than the ones we added to the side because I'm doing like this little extension there at the middle. See? Now, I want more zhuzh coming out the side when I add this. Let me go ahead. So see, there's the gap. Let me go ahead and add this. But before it dries, I'm going to add some zhuzh. I want more peak coming out of like here and here, so it really truly looks continuous. But remember, these dies created, or this, look at all these pieces we have. So I'm just going to take some of these and tuck them underneath. So I got some glue on this one. I'll just kind of tuck that to come out like that. That's good, like that. And then I will do some, I'll do another one coming out like that. So now it looks like it truly is taller. So you can really kind of piece things together. Maybe I'll do a little bit coming out here because that's just how I am. I'm going to put a little piece here. I just cut a little side off. But because I was able to create so many pieces quickly with my washi tape, look at that. If something's wrong with your sound or screen, just do a refresh on your YouTube page. YouTube's been having problems lately. So there we go. I think I want this one to go lower, like that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to trim off this little extra off the bottom. And this is going to get glued right there in the center. So this is what the card will look like on display. Now, I put a lot of zhuzh on here. You could definitely simplify it if you want to, but think of all the time I saved by not stamping and stenciling and die cutting all of those images that I used there. They were all done with that washi tape, which saves me a ton of time. So isn't that pretty on the inside? Now, this is what it looks like on display. And this flips up to write your personal message. How you close it is you go shh, like that. You open it up and that's how it goes on display, but it closes like this to be 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So now we got to decorate the front. This is faster. No worries, Cami. This is faster. I'm going to cut, I haven't A2 panel. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I used the same basket weave cover plate die on it, okay? I'm just gonna cut this in half, right down the middle. 4 1/4 by 5.5. To cut it half down the middle is 2/8 of an inch. Just right in half. I'm gonna glue 1/2 over here and 1/2 over here. So normally, again, I use liquid adhesive, but for the sake of time, waiting for it to dry, because I did a bunch of the, oops, I just cut my card. I did a bunch of these earlier, and I waited for the glue to dry on all of them by putting something heavy on it, and I just don't want to do that in the live. So I'm putting double-sided tape on this side. Liquid adhesive, again, is easier because you have wiggle room to get it just right, but I am fully committing here. No, this plate isn't, these products aren't on sale. It's the inks that are 25% off. Listen, Pinkfresh just gave me 25% off site-wide. Gave you all 25% off site-wide a few days ago. Okay, so see how I put that on this panel? Now I'm going to put the other half on this panel. We're almost done. Isn't this cool? And then we will do some more examples. And I will show you how I do the front here. It doesn't take long because I've used Washi, which doesn't take long to use. So I'm using this Pinkfresh Washi collection, which saves me a ton of time. However, you can use anything you want on this basic card design. Take these off. Do you see how I throw those? All right, now I'm going to take this. My pattern will match in the center. Press that down. So that's what it looks like when the card is closed, and when you open it, you get that. Okay? All right, so there you go. See, that's what it looks like when it's closed. So I need a sentiment on the front. I need a sentiment on the front, and I'm going to do a belly band. I've heard that some people are anti-belly band. You could just, put something on the front and just have it adhered to one of the flaps so it opens up that way. But I want to do a belly band on this because I really truly feel when the recipient opens it, they're just going to put it on display like this. You won't see that side anyways, so they can remove the belly band and just put this on display. So I'm going to do a very simple belly band. Right now you get 25% off inks, reinkers, and storage, the reinker storage. It's in the YouTube description below. I think they have a mini ink pad storage too. All right, so I'm going to close my card, 4 1/4 by 5.5. I have a piece of vellum here. This is 11 inches by 3 inches. I just cut it from a full sheet of vellum, 3 inches by 11. I'm just going to hold this kind of centered over it like this. This is the best way to do a belly band. I'll just take one side and kind of wrap it around. I'm not trying to be super tight. I don't want it to be super tight because then it won't come off. So you can see it kind of sticks out a little bit. Then I will wrap the other side around, not super tight. And there we have our belly band. So I just need to flip this over. I'll take it off, flip this over and adhere those two ends together. So I'm just going to kind of flatten that a little bit. You could trim those two ends so there's not as much overlapping. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do that. Cut a little bit off this. So it's probably now like 10 inches by 3. And I just need to put some adhesive there where it seals. Yeah, their mini ink pad storage is great. I don't have mini reinker or mini ink pads because I do so much inking. It makes more sense for me to have full-size pads. But I do use the Pinkfresh reinker storage. It's unbelievable. It's so nice. So I put some adhesive there, and now my belly band is a belly band. And I did mine from a very heavyweight vellum. This is Simon Says Stamp vellum. You could use cardstock for this if you wanted to. So now watch. When you have your card closed, this just slides on and off. So when the recipient gets it, when you put it in when they take it out of the envelope, this is what they have. All right? And then you just slide it off. Now I need to put a sentiment on the front here. I'm going to put something on this belly band. You could keep this simple because the zhuzh, everything's on the inside. I will go through my favorite Pinkfresh ink colors in a little bit after I finish this card, okay? Let's put some zhuzh on here. For sentiment, I'm using a much older set. This is Basic Sentiments. This is a 6x8 stamp set. There are coordinating dies, and the dies also cut like the word and the shadow. So the shadow can be used with the stamped image or with the word die. There are also press plates available, and I've linked that below. This is a much older set. I don't know, I thought I'd break it out. I haven't used it in a while and I really like it. So from the dies, I created a hugs. I did the shadow from white and the word hugs from gold. I thought the gold would look really nice with the gold foiling on this. And once again, I have those stitch circles. Remember this stitch circle thingy, layered thing I made right there? I'm going to do one on the front so that the front matches the inside, but it doesn't take long to do. One of the things I really like about dies that do like these fancy detailed blanket stitch and all that is it adds a lot of interest to your card without taking more time. Then I put glue in the center and I have the white with the blanket stitch. The same die does it. That's the Pinkfresh Circle Blanket Stitch dies. I have it below. And I'm going to stack a few here because I want that center to be kind of stand out a bit. Because why not? So this is what I have for the center. Come on, focus. And then this is going to go right on top. Okay? So let's close our card back up. I want the inside or the outside to kind of mimic what's on the inside. So I'm going to take this, I'll glue that right there. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to add this with a little bit of foam tape. You could by all means not use foam tape here if you don't want extra dimension. I don't mind putting just a little foam tape behind here for one reason. I stacked up those die cuts on that circle so much that even if this goes to the mail, it's not going to get squished. But I'm just, for time's sake, putting 4 little foam squares on the back of that, and I'll put it right onto my vellum. The vellum is not glued to the card. It's just slid on top of it. Now you could leave it like that, but remember I have all of these pieces. So I'm going to have them peek out the side. So I'm going to give them all haircuts, which is my favorite thing to do with dies to get a different look. And I'm going to tuck these coming all around my circle. So see how they're just coming around all the sides. So I'm kind of creating like a wreath around it using all my little pieces. This one will be nice. Down here. Just make sure you don't glue your card shut. Hang on. There we go, which I almost did. So I'm just kind of having these tuck out. Now you don't have to do it this way. There are a million other things that you can do here, but I just thought this was a fun way to use up some of those extra little pieces. I used the big daffodil image on the inside, so I might as well use these smaller ones on the outside. Why are you laughing?
Love the circle dies, remind me of paper plates.
They do look like paper plates, don't they?
It reminds me of the tops on ball jars when you can.
Oh yeah, canning jars. It does look like the top of canning jars, doesn't it? All right, so let's see. I'm gonna do this one here.
Scream inside my head when Jennifer cuts.
I know, people freak out when I cut things. I don't know why. We've been cutting stuff since we were little.
Which set is the Hugs die from?
The Hugs is from Basic Sentiments. There's a stamp set, there's a press plate set, and there's a die set. You can pick and choose. But there's kind of like a little wreath coming around it. Didn't take long because those were all washi. All right, so now Here's the finished card. You just slide that off and it opens like this and it'll stand up on display. And then the recipient can just open this up for their personal message. All right. So looking at this, I don't know. I think I probably wouldn't do that blue trim around that card in the center. Next time I would just do white.
I like it.
Cami likes it. So next time I will do that. But it closes up like this. When you open it, those little bat wings kind of come out and it's very obvious how it goes on display. But then, oop, see, this isn't all dry, so I'm messing with it and it's all boogering up. Remember, things take longer to dry on vellum. So be very careful, unlike me. Right? Isn't that fun? So I saved a ton of time using the washi, but keep in mind, there are a lot of products you could use with this card design, a lot. All right? Isn't that fun? Oh, good. I'm glad you like the blue. So that is the Whispering Daffodils. Now, because I loved this format, I've used that same format to make, we're going to make 3 more cards. I've already prepped ahead of it, so you won't have to watch the whole process again. But I'm going to use the other 3 new washi collections. Okay? All right, so let's get another one out here. Again, I have done some prepping. So here I have that basic card base I showed you earlier, where I did the folds on that white panel, on the white piece, and then I added the basket weave panel here, here, and here, and here. So I've done the base of it. It's the exact same base that I did on the other card, the exact same thing. I just wanted to save time. So if you missed that part of the card, you can just rewind and watch it again. It's the exact same thing. The gold cardstock I'm using, this happens to be Altenew brushed gold, but there are a lot of great matte gold cardstocks out there. Okay, so same card base as before. I also have my top folding white cardstock note card. This is 3 inches by 5.5, and I did that basket weave directly on the front. This time I'm not going to do the inking, so you can get a difference, like see the 2. All right, on this one, let's use, let's go with the collection that's called Garden Grace by my friend Dawn. I loved this shape. You could easily make it a little wreath. You could do it like this and then take like a sentiment. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Or just take one of the other pieces if you want the wreath to be closed. Hold on. Fingers not working. I'll try this one. See, you can close it off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go directly onto this note card. I'm going to glue one of these up top and one in the bottom. So I got glue on the back of that. I'm going to put that up towards the top. And then I'll put glue on this. Put this one towards the bottom and let them kind of overlap there in the middle. Now I need a sentiment there. That looks really cool. Looks like an infinity sign. I created a little disc just like I did in the last card, and I stamped a sentiment in the center. So I have white cardstock and gold cardstock. I use the Pinkfresh Essentials circle blanket stitch dies, and that's going to go right in the center. This sentiment that says "you mean more to me than you know," which I think is a great sentiment, is from the Blooming Daydream, which is one of the other washi ones, which I'll show you in a moment. And I thought that would look nice there. Now, you could go with a smaller sentiment there. It doesn't have to be that big, right? But I wanted to do the same design on each just so that it shows you can use different products and the same design for each. So there we go. So that's the little card that will be on the inside. So this will go right onto this pop-up area. I'll go ahead and put that down, center it up on there, like that. So see how that looks? See? Okay. Now, I want some more florals coming in from the sides. And there are a lot in this set. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of them.
I was just gonna say, and poof, you're done.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so now you could not add these things on the side. You could definitely not add these things on the side, but I think I'm gonna put some like in the corners. So let's put something right there, like that. That looks kind of nice coming in that corner. And what?
Until you cut it.
Until I cut it, you don't like me cutting it, do you?
I'm kidding.
I know. Cammie helped me do all of these, so she doesn't want me to see me cut them. So there we go. I have, those are the same in opposite corners. You don't have to do that, but that's just how I work it. Let's see. This one's nice. Maybe I'll do, I have to overthink for a moment. Hold, please. I think I'll do this one right here. And then I'll do the same, just to keep things simple, I'll do the same thing up here because I cut a few. I gotta find the same one. Here we go. So this comes down from up here. Like that. And then let's cut the extra off and see what we got. It's gonna scream according to Cammie. Look at my magnet.
I'm teasing you.
Ah! It's just getting a little haircut. Okay. Remember, everything I'm doing right now is on the front or the inside of the card. Yeah, she did do an excellent job helping me die cut all these. I wanted to have tons ready because I didn't know what I was going to do until this morning because that's how I roll. All right, there we go. Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, that is pretty. I think I'm going to leave it like that. But you could have stamped and stenciled and die cut all those, but so much faster using the washi. So let's move the washi out. I have lots left over still. Now let's close it up. I'm gonna put a magnet on there so we can start prepping. Oh, no. A piece of vellum. This is 3 inches by 11 inches. I just cut it from a piece of vellum. And I just kind of wrap it around loosely. You don't want it super tight. Then I take it off and I just reinforce those little fold lines. This is exactly what I did before. I'll cut off some of that extra. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. And listen, these washis, the reason I used the washis today is because I could make multiples very quickly, but you could use whatever images you have. And keep in mind, these are just the 4 newest washi collections from Pinkfresh. I linked to the rest below. So I slide this on. This is my little belly band. See, it's loose enough so it comes on and off. And it's very clear to take it off when you get it. So I used Hello this time. Last time I used Hugs. This is Hello from the Basic Sentiments. And I did everything from white and gold once again. That I need my foam tape. I'll put some little foam squares in the center. Normally I would probably use more foam tape at the center here, but I'm trying to hurry. The reason I'm using foam tape is because I want this to be raised up a little bit so I can tuck the flowers behind it. But you don't have to. All right, so now I have all these. Now you could just do some. I think on this one, I'm not gonna do a ton. I'm gonna do some up here and some up here. So let's do like that. Like that. And then take another one. I'll just do the same one up here, like that. So I didn't do a full wreath this time. I just did like these little guys floating here, like that. Okay? So now this slides right off, and then it opens like this, and then like that. So this shows you what it looks like, just white, instead of the inking. I actually like it without the inking. Honestly. Yeah, I do. I like the white. But I think you lose it in the video. This white is very classic and clean in person, but you can see the texture very clearly in person, which makes it just look very classic and clean. I think in the video, the blue stands out more, but you can do whichever floats your boat. It is a time saver, as you saw, to just do the white. And then this one slides on. Let's do another one. Same thing. But I want to show you the different, I thought I'd go ahead and make one with each of the collections. It won't take long to finish them. Again, I'm starting out with that same card base. I glued the panels on already, did all the scoring. Very simple. This time, I will use the Blooming Daydream, which is this. The Blooming Daydream. And I think I want, here's the little disc I made for the inside, but let me see if this works. What if I cut this here? Ah! I know, it's painful. And have that up there, and then this come down the bottom. That looks good. It covers up a lot of it. I think I want a smaller sentiment. I think this might be too big. I was trying to do the same thing on every one. Oh, look at that. I think I want a smaller sentiment, but I do want to give it a stretch like that. So I need to do a little sentiment there. Well, let's first do the sides. I have lots of options. These are all, look at this guy. He's cute too. Ooh, I like that. These are all from the same set. The little washi, whatever thingy. I like these little yellow ones. So I think I will do, this time I think I will do like a border, 2 borders, all right? So I think I will do this one here, like that, and I'll do the same thing up here. That just, by doing it symmetrical, it takes away the time of trying to think of where to put things. That's just the way that's my thinking. Now here I'll put, kind of tuck these into each other, like that. Put one over here, like that. And then, oh, Big Mama. Big Mama goes right like that to kind of fill in the rest of the space. So it's kind of like a fun little border. Where'd that Big Mama go? Are there any questions I'm missing when I'm just blabbing here?
Somebody just suggested cut your circle to make a sentiment with gold on both ends.
Cut my sentiment to make
Cut your circle
my circle.
to make a sentiment with gold.
Oh, I could cut it. I could do that, by all means. So let me put, hold on, let me put those down like that. Got all these extra bits, we'll save. Yeah, I could cut this down. Yeah, the flowers are washi. I could just cut this down. Here she goes.
What is the size of the folded card?
When the card is closed, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. When it's on display, it unfolds to be bigger than that, but it fits into a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch note card. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I kind of like that. Something different. I didn't cut it straight though. Hold on. Hold on. When in doubt, go to your sentiments that you've already done and pick one. What celebrates on the front? How about we do this? Wishing you a beautiful birthday. I don't know what set this is from. I'm gonna do that. Okay, my dogs are out there going crazy. Why are they going crazy? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have it go on there like that. Okay, so put glue to this one, like that. And then glue on the back of this, like that. And then this, I don't know what set this is. I haven't done a 5x7 for this, but you definitely could figure out how to do it. Just do the score lines probably the same, but start with a bigger piece of paper. So like that. Okay, this is going to take a second to dry. There we go. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know what this wishing you a beautiful birthday is from. I'll have to go digging. It was in my stash. But it goes with the celebrate I'm going to use on the front. Okay, so let's cut the edges. Joink. Ooh, kind of cut that at a little bit of an angle. All right. I really like adding texture with a cover plate because it adds interest and texture without distracting. Because you could stamp here, but the stamping might be Oh, look at that. Oh, come on. Again, I'll put my note card right at the center. I'll just glue it down on there. Oh, come on now. That's cute. Look at that.
Very nice.
Isn't that nice? Now we got to make it so it closes. My little card on the inside's hanging out, so I'm going to trim some of that off. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Oh, by the way, on the front of these cards, I'll probably add some little gems because that's just what I do. Got my belly band. This is 3 by 11 inches. I hold it straight on the center. Wrap, wrap, press a little bit, take it off. Make sure they're straight across because I probably didn't do them straight. Like that. Flatten, like this. Flatten. Cut some off here. This is all, that's not really straight. But I'll give this card to Cammie and she will forgive me, even though her birthday's not till December. Sorry, Cammie.
Sorry, this will be the first birthday card you gave me.
Did you hear her? I told you, I have said before, I don't give birthday cards. I don't. I never do birthday cards. And she just said if I gave this for her birthday, it would be the first birthday card I've ever given her. She's sassy. She is sassy.
Well, you know I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, well, she's still alive. Yeah, glitter, the glitter drops from Pinkfresh are what you need. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to just put that, slide that on. She's a smart aleck is what she is. I'll get her back. She's great. She puts up with me. We're different in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. We're very different in a lot of ways, but I think there's a good balance between us. She is the calm to my storm, right? I don't know what I am for you though.
The storm to her calm.
I'm the storm to her calm. No, this celebrate is also from that Basic Sentiments. Look how nice that looks there. I drag her to go on trips with me. My next goal, which ones did I use? My next goal is to get her to go to Disney with me. Years ago, I think I'm just going to do the 2 corners again. I like that. Years ago, I had booked a trip for our boys and the 2 of us to go to Disney, and it didn't happen, and we never made it happen again. So this time, it's just going to be the girls. Last week when my crafty friends were here, she hung out with us a lot, and they all loved her too. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So there we go. It slides right off.
Does Jennifer save all the cards she makes?
No, I do not save the cards I make. I send them out to blog readers or people who watch my videos. People get prizes, or I'll be doing something new where you'll see how you can get some. Betsy says we got to get you to Disney. There we go. Isn't that cool?
It's not like I haven't been there.
She's been to Disney. She just hasn't been to Disney with us.
Not in a long time.
Not in a very long time. And she has not been in Guardians of the Galaxy. So yes, glitter drops from there goes my electricity again. Glitter drops from Pinkfresh would be nice on these. Glitter drops are their clear gemstones that have glitter on the inside. They're fantastic. Yeah, this would be a great wedding card. All right, so there's the third one. One more. I have everything prepped. So I've got my card base all put together already. On this one, we're using the final one, which is called, this one, Kinnery Design, Celebrate and Bloom. And this one I might cut shorter. I don't know if it's too late to cut shorter, but we will see. So this looks really nice. These two look really nice on the top of a, or on the top and the bottom of an A2 card panel. Look at that. It makes a nice frame. Gosh, that's gorgeous. And just put a sentiment in the middle. That's beautiful. That's really pretty.
What if they hang off the sides of the middle?
They could hang off, but then you'll see them when you
No,
close the card. Huh?
The top part.
Look at Cammie.
I don't know if it works.
She has better hands than I do. Oh, I could put it in here.
I don't know.
I don't know if this will close.
Devil's advocate. No.
Yeah, it won't close. But what I think no, it's okay. What I think I'm going to do, bear with me. Let's do the center first, because there's this beautiful, beautiful one. Look at that. This would be a great wedding card. But I'm too old to know people who are getting married. So I did this. It's too big.
Wait till you get to be as old as me, then you start.
Oh, that's true. The people I know, I'll do a different sentiment. The people I know are having like grandbabies. Which, should we share a picture of Ethan? Because Ethan's the cutest thing ever. I'll show one, whether you want to or not. See, here's the thing. You can't answer from that far away, so I get to... I'm going to do thanks, and then you always find a way to amaze me. I'm not sure what set that's from either. I have all these pre-stamped Pinkfresh sentiments. Maybe if Pinkfresh is here, they'll know. You could do that inking, remember, but I'm saving time here. So I'm just putting this right in the middle. I did do that cover plate. And then this right underneath. This sentiment would look really nice, soft, if I did gold heat embossing on white, but I don't usually like to put my sentiments floating below a image, but I feel like that all flows together nicely. Let's see. So I could do, oh, I was thinking about cutting this shorter,
I just thought she's gonna.
which I still could. Oh, yeah, I'll show you Ethan. Where's my phone, though? Hold on. Let me show you the best picture ever. It's the cutest picture. Hold on. Okay. He's so cute. Okay. Let me zoom in. I mean, come along now. Oh,
What a little man.
he's a little bubster. Oof. I get to see him in 4 weeks. Okay, so I think I'm gonna... No, I'm not gonna do what I was gonna do. I was gonna cut my card shorter, but I think I'll skip that. Instead, I think I'll just use these little ones in the corners. These cut from the same set. I think I'll just do those in the corner. This I could like make my card shorter, and so it'd be right on the corners. There's a lot you could do, but I think I'm gonna go with these little because I really like that big doozer in the middle, and I want the focus on that. And I feel if I use these big side ones, it would be too distracting. So that's not the one I want. Hold, please. Here we go. This one's the one I want.
Can you put the seam of the belly band under the sentiment?
Can you put the seam of the belly band under the sentiment? You can, but really you can't see the seam much on the back. But you could, by all means. You can hide that seam. I've done that before. I just felt like on this it didn't show much because everything's white. But you can, by all means, do that. Okay, so there's that. Then this goes here. Remember, you could mat this like I did on the first card, but I'm not doing now. There we
There's
go.
100 people talking about how cute Ethan is.
Isn't he the cutest thing? He is his father. He looks just like his father. In fact, I asked Audrey, was she, like, is she certain? Like, was she in the delivery room when this baby came out? Because he looks just like Ethan. But he has a very easy temperament, and they both are very easygoing in different ways. And so the personality is very much a nice mix. He's the world's easiest baby, which just doesn't seem fair. Okay, there we go. Oh, I like that. Just a little of it in the corners. Okay, so see, this flattens to 5 inches wide. It goes on display, and this is pretty wide, but when you put it in the envelope like this, that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yeah, I could have flipped the large ones. There were ways I could have incorporated those large ones that are still on my desk, but I kind of like, I wanted the focus on this image, so just doing the small in the corners I think is better. That's just what I decided, but you could use any. All right, now let's close this. Belly band. 3 inches by 11, yeah.
You're suggesting use the big ones on the top of the belly band.
Oh, I could use the big ones on the front. To cut the washi tape with the Dyson? What's the Dyson? The washi tape you put on cardstock, and you can cut it with whatever die cut machine you have. You can use whatever machine you have. It just die cuts like paper. Almost done. Room for Joy stamp set. Thank you, Brienne. Here's the thing. If I ever say, like, I'm not sure where this is from, Brienne will very shortly pull it out of her Link Ninja mind, as she just did. Okay, there's our little belly band. This would be a great wedding card, but do I know anybody who's getting married?
I have two coming.
Baby shower too. Okay. So I created another little disc, and I'll put the thanks on it. This thanks is from the Basic Sentiment also. It has thanks, hello, celebrate, and hugs. And remember, there's a stamp set that coordinates with little sentiments. I could have used those on the inside. These will fit into an A2 envelope, yep. If you're worried that there's too much bulk, which I don't think there will be for an A2 envelope, you can always put it in a slightly bigger A6 envelope. I could have made a really wide belly band and put that on it. That would have been cool, but I didn't. So I will just use, no, you know what I think I'll do? I'm gonna take one of my bouquets and chop. People freak when I do this, but I'm gonna chop it so there's a little bit that comes out the top and a little bit that comes out the bottom. First, let's put this down. And you can mix and match your different washies. A lot of them really coordinate nicely with each other, like the same look. But keep in mind, there's lots of, yes, Rena's getting married. Yeah, but I don't know that this is Rena's style. Do you think this is Rena's style? I was going to do her mandala maker, but I could. I have seen the flowers for her wedding, and they look beautiful. So maybe I could do this. All right, there's that. Then I'll do a little choppy over here and have that come out like that. I almost like it just coming out the sides as opposed to all the way around. Mm-hmm. All the way around was a lot. Yes, Gina's. Yeah, Rena's getting married soon. She's a beautiful human. She's inside and out. She's a good human. I very much admire her. Okay, so there we have our cards. I'm going to do a giveaway. So if you want to be eligible for the giveaway, just leave a comment in the chat, and I will pick a winner. And I'll tell you what you get here in a moment. Hold on. I'm not seeing the coordinating die. Okay, we'll go with this instead. Okay. All right. I will show you the giveaway in a moment. Okay, choppy. If you want to be eligible for the giveaway that I'm about to show, all you have to do is leave a comment in the chat. If you've been leaving comments all along, you will be eligible. I will pick a winner here in a few minutes. Yes, Anna Griffin has a new foil machine to go with her Empress. I bought it. And it is still sitting in my foyer as it has been for weeks. So I haven't tried it yet. I will try it. I got it so I could see how well it works in case somebody asked, but I also don't really need it because I use my glimmer machine with either my Spellbinders Platinum or with my Intricut. But if you only have an Empress, yeah, you would probably want that foil machine. All right. Will you guys be able to pick a winner? Are you able to pick a winner? Does she know how?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know when you have a winner, Cami, okay?
I'm looking.
She's figuring it out. Okay, so there are 4 cards. Remember, this card base is the same on all, but you could change so many aspects up. The winner is going to get this. This is the Kindness in Bloom stamp set, coordinating stencils, press plate, and dies. All right. I always talk about how I like how Pinkfresh has collections. So you get the whole collection of the Kindness in Bloom. Okay. And we'll pick a winner here in just a moment. Seeing if there's any questions. So you can see how their washi products, they're the only ones who do that, make it very fast to create cards. And I was able to create lots of elements that work together for the inside and the outside of my cards. All right, let's see. Favorite ink colors. Okay, I'm going to read off some of my favorite ink colors. I'm not sure what's in stock, but I'm going to tell you some of my favorites from Pinkfresh. Sorry I'm not in the screen, but here, I'll put this so you can see my cards instead of my wall. My inks are over to the side. Okay, here are some of my favorite ink colors. You can always come back and listen to it again if I go too fast. Waterfall is my absolute favorite color from them. I also like Peony and Begonia. The perfect pink would be Sparkling Rose. A nice coral is Coral Reef. A really cool, like yellowish, peachish orange is Sunkissed with Mimosa. For bright blues, Sapphire is Dynamite. For a purplish pink, Candy Violet. And the greens I use the most are Key Lime and Grassy Knoll. And for the perfect light yellow, Lemon Whip. Those are probably the ones that I use the most. Warm Buff is a nice light gray, which comes across as like a soft gold color and without the shine. And that's a good one too. I know I went through those quickly. However, you can just rewind to hear them again. All right. Okay. The scoreline measurements. For this card base, I started with 8.5 by 5.5. And I scored it 2 1/8 of an inch and 3 inches from both ends. You can always rewind and watch that part again. It's the same that I did for all of them. What 3 colors of ink pads are my favorite? My top 3 would be Waterfall, Peony, and... Oh, that's hard. As far as unique, I would say Candy Violet. Those are probably my 3 favorites.
We have a winner.
Okay, we have a winner. Who is our winner, Cami?
Mickey Murphy.
Mickey Murphy. Mickey, you get this Kindness in Bloom collection. So if you go to my website and send me your information through the Contact Me form, send me your address, we'll get this sent out to you along with the handmade card. Those are where my handmade cards go. Somebody asked earlier what I do with them all. That's where they go. And I don't make many birthday cards in lives. I try to do more general cards, so I don't have many birthday cards on hand.
I pinned the name.
Mike pinned the name, so you can, Mickey, you can confirm your name at the top. And there we go.
Go to Jen's blog to...
Go to my blog to the Contact Me to get us your address, Mickey. Okay, so just a reminder, Pinkfresh is offering for my viewers 25% off their reinkers, their ink pads, their ink cubes, and their ink and reinker storages, which are amazing. They also have a special right now. If you buy a certain stamp set, it's called Garden Grace, I believe. Is that what it's called? It is called Grant Yourself Grace. Sorry, Grant Yourself Grace. If you buy that stamp set, you get the stencils and dies to go with it for free, which is huge. That information's at the top of my YouTube description also. And they also have a big clearance sale. And at the beginning, we talked about the new online card class called Brighter Days and shared lots of information. At the top of my YouTube description, you will see a link that has the word live in it. If you go to that page, if you click that and go to a new page, it'll have all the deal information at the top, and then below that will be pictured thumbnails of the different things I used, which is easier than finding things in the supply list in the YouTube description. So that might be a better way to find it. Are you sure it wasn't Christy Murphy?
Mickey.
Mickey Murphy.
100%.
100%.
EY.
Yeah,
The mouse.
it's Mickey Murphy. It's pinned at the top. Mickey Murphy.
Like the mouse.
Like the mouse.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of Reinkers are sold out. Okay, so they are waiting for them to come back in, but they will have new Reinkers available in a few weeks. And I do lives with Pinkfresh a lot. So my guess is when they're back in stock, she'll do another special offer. All right.
What do you use to hold your cardstock?
I think that's, oh, my cardstock. If you, the cardstock behind me, I had that custom built up there, and I use comic book dividers between the different cardstocks. Cammie, you've done a great job, Kathy said.
is.
She's doing great. All right. Thank you all for being here. It is time for me to go eat dinner and snuggle with Lila. We're going to see if Cammie knows how to turn this off better than Mike does. And thank you all for being here. It really means a lot to me that you spend this time with me. Take care, and I'll see you soon.